Hi, we're going to be working on section 23.1 in this Algebra 2 Springboard book, Logarithms and Other Bases. The first part of this lesson will be converting or finding the inverse of a linear function. So to find the inverse of a linear function, the first thing we do is we swap the letters x and y. So I'm just going to replace them like that. And then you want to solve for y. So in this first example here, to solve for y, we're going to start with getting rid of the subtract 8. We do that with the plus 8. So we'll add 8 to both sides. Over here, I need to get rid of the plus 3. So I get rid of an add 3 with a subtract 3 from both sides, like that. And that will give me this. And now to solve for the y, to continue, I need to get rid of this times 4, 4 times y. I undo multiplication with division. So I'm going to divide everything by 4. But over here I have a fraction 1/4 on the y. I'm going to get rid of the fraction by multiplying by the reciprocal, 4 over 1 or times 4. So I'm going to multiply everything times 4 on number 2. Right? And when you do that, you end up getting 1/4 of x, and 8 divided by 4 is 2, and the 4 on the y cancels out. Now when you multiply by 4, you get 4 times x, you get 4 times negative 3, and the 1/4 and the times 4 cancel each other out. Let's try a couple others. Alright, so once again, to find the inverse, the first step is to swap the x and the y, like this. And then you want to solve it for y. So on this first problem over here, number 3, I want to get rid of this plus 8. I'm going to do that by subtracting 8 from both sides of the equal sign. Over on the second one, I want to get rid of that subtract 3 with an add 3 to both sides. But of course, x's and 8's and x's and 3's don't add together, so you just write them side by side. X minus 8, x plus 3. And now the last step, to get the y by itself, I had to get rid of this negative 6. Well, the negative 6 is being multiplied times y. I undo multiply with divide. But over here I have a fraction. I get rid of a fraction by multiplying by the reciprocal, negative 4/3. So on this first one, I'm going to divide all 3 terms by negative 6. And on this one over here, I'm going to multiply all 3 terms by negative 4 over 3. Okay, so x divided by negative 6 is negative 1/6. And negative 8 over negative 6 will reduce to a positive 4/3. And the 6's cancel out when you divide. Alright, x times negative 4/3 is negative 4/3 x. And this is really 3 over 1. And the 3 on the top and the 3 on the bottom will cancel out when I multiply, and I'll end up with a positive times a negative, which is a negative, and all that's left is the 4 because the 3's canceled out, so negative 4. And of course, the 3/4 and the 4/3, the reciprocal, cancel each other out. They give me 12 over 12, and a negative times a negative is a positive, and 12 over 12 is 1, or 1y, just plain old y. And that's how you find the inverse of a linear function.